Morning, guys. Good morning, everybody. It is Tuesday, August 1st of 2023. And this morning we are going to be gathering here again to continue with the reading of the Bible. Now, for those of you who have been following me religiously as we have been reading the Bible, you would know that this is what we do here every morning. We do not endorse any particular religion or any particular denomination. We are simply reading the Bible for ourselves so that we can be aware of what is in the Bible for ourselves, considering that the Bible has such great influence on absolutely every aspect of our lives. All right. I see AG's here. AG, what's up? Good morning, my love. How are you doing? So good to see you. So good to see you. Thank you so much for coming. All right. And so we are going to be reading the book of Esther. Now, we have read from the book of Genesis all the way to the book of Esther. We are at now, and we are reading the Bible in order. We are going from book to book, from chapter to chapter, and it is up to you to determine whether or not what you hear me read is for you or not for you. You're just getting ready to get some sleep. Oh, I'm just going to read one chapter and then head off to work. And then we will see each other later. Yeah, we're gonna, tonight is Tuesday night. We're gonna have our Tuesday night live. Yeah, but I hope you're having a great morning, my love. I'm glad that you are safe. You're gonna go get you some rest. You need it. Okay. All right, guys. So we are going to be reading the book of Esther this morning. Get your book Bible or your Google Bible and come along. This morning, with the time constraints that we have, we are going to be reading Esther chapter 1. So without further ado, let's get on with it. The book of Esther. Now, it came to pass in the days of Ahasuerus. This is Ahasuerus, which reigned from India even unto Ethiopia, over 127 provinces. That in those days, when the king Ahasuerus sat on the throne of his kingdom, which was in Shushan the palace, in the 3rd year of his reign, he made a feast unto all his princes and his servants, the power of Persia and Media, the nobles and princes of the provinces being before him. When he showed the riches of his glorious kingdom, and the honor of his excellent majesty many days, even 180 days. You see, it took him 180 days to show off everybody, like a half a year it took him to show off his whole kingdom. And when these days were expired, the king made a feast unto all the... Hold on, I gotta make note of that. And when these days were expired, that's the 180 days that he was using to show off what he had, the king made a feast unto all the people that were present in Shushan the palace, both unto great and small, for 7 days, in the court of the garden of the king's palace. where were white, green, and blue hangings, fastened with cords of fine linen, and purple to silver rings, and pillars of marble. The beds were of gold and silver, upon a pavement of red and blue, and white and black marble, and they gave them drinking vessels of gold, the vessels being diverse one from another, and royal wine in abundance, according to the state of the king. And the drinking was according to law. None did compel, for so the king had appointed to all the officers of the house that they should do according to every man's pleasure. So he said nobody was forced to drink. You were allowed to drink what you please and how much you please. On the seventh, verse 9, also Vashti, you all know, if you all have ever read um Indian religion, you know Vashti is one of their gods, right? Also Vashti, I would have never known that Vashti was referred in the Bible. But anywho, that is why we are reading the Bible for ourselves so that we can know what is in it. Verse 9 of Esther chapter 1. Also Vashti the queen made a feast for the women in the royal house, which belonged to King Ahasuerus. On the seventh day, when the heart of the king was merry with wine, he commanded Mehuman, Biztha, Harbona, Bigtha, and Abagatha, Zethar, and Carcass, the 7 chamberlains that served in the presence of Ahasuerus the king, to bring Vashti the queen before the king with the crown royal, to show the people and the princes her beauty, for she was fair to look on. But the queen Vashti refused. To come at the king's commandment by his chamberlains. Therefore was the king very angry, and his anger burned inside him. Then the king said to the wise men, which knew the times, for so was the king's manner towards all that knew law and judgment. So here they say the king consult the wise men. That's what he would usually do. And the next unto him was Karshena, Shethar, Admatha, Tarshish, Meres, Marsena, Memucan, the 7 princes of Persia and Media, which saw the king's face, and which sat the first in the kingdom. What shall we do unto the queen Vashti according to law? Because she hath not performed the commandment of the king Ahasuerus by the chamberlains. The Memucan answered. Welcome again, guys. Welcome into the live. We are on to verse 16 of chapter 1 of the book of Esther. And Memucan answered before the king and the princes, Vashti the queen hath not done wrong to the king today, but also to all the princes and to all the people that are in all the provinces of the king Ahasuerus. For that deed of the king shall come abroad unto all women, so that they shall despise their husbands in their eyes, when it shall be reported. The king Ahasuerus commanded Vashti the queen to be brought in before him, but she came not. So here the Memucan is saying to the king Ahasuerus that this is the beginning of women rebellion, because here the king has called for Queen Vashti to come, and she has blatantly refused. So now he is consulted with the elders, the wise men, and they say she didn't do anything wrong to the king. She did wrong to all the princes and all the men around, because now women are going to believe that when a man calls them, when a man sends for them, they have no obligation to obey. Let's continue. Verse 18. Likewise shall the ladies of Persia and Media say this day unto all the king's princes which have heard of the deed of the queen, thus shall there arise too much contempt and wrath. If it please the king, let there go a royal commandment from him, and let it be written among the laws of the Persians and the Medes, that it be not altered, that Vashti come no more before King Ahasuerus, and let the king give her royal estate unto another that is better than she. Now you see, guys, people, let me tell you all something. People keep on saying that the Bible, the writings in the Bible, was inspired by God. They are all holy words and words that was uh, um, specifically chosen by God to be put in the Bible. Let me just say to you, it is important to read the Bible for yourself. It is important to read the Bible for yourself. Because here, right here, these wise men are saying to King Ahasuerus, listen, Queen Vashti has not done anything wrong to you, but what she has done by defying you is laying a precedence that every woman will follow. All the women are going to say, I do not have to follow what any man says. I am my own person. You can call me all you want. I don't have to come. Because remember, this this story is written in a time, a very patriarchal time, when men were revered, men ruled everything. And if a man says jump, a woman asks how high. Men ruled. And the men use this authority in every way they can. You hear what the man says to the king? He says, make a law. How many times in the Bible we hear wise men, prophets, priests saying to the kings, make a law. If you don't like that, you make a law so that everybody will have to follow it. And once they make a law, you must follow it. And if you don't follow it, then there is punishment. But if there is no existing law for it, you can hardly punish anybody for not obeying, because there is nothing written. Have you ever wondered why there are some BS laws all over the place? Yes, because that is where it stems from. Once you write it in the book of law, you expect people to follow it. And if they don't, then you have the authority to exact punishment upon them for not following. So here it is. They are saying to the king Ahasuerus, say, listen, make a law. Because all the other women around here going to want to follow Esther's example. So make a law. Once there is a law, I know a lot of them will not dare, because they won't want to face the punishment. Let's read verse 19. If it please the king, let there go a royal commandment from him, and let it be written among the laws of the Persian and the Medes, that it be not altered, that Vashti come no more before King Ahasuerus, and let the king give her royal estate unto another that is better than she. than she. I strip them. I go strip Vashti now. They're gonna strip her of her royal bearings so that they can give it to somebody who is more deserving. They claim, and the more deserving person is somebody who is willing to jump when the king says jump. Verse 20. And when the king's decree, which he shall make, shall be published throughout all his empire, for it is great, all the wives shall give to their husbands honor, both to great and small. You hear the same thing I was saying just now? Here it is. And the saying pleased the king and the princes. And the king did according to the word of Memucan. So the king wrote into law. He wrote into law that the women must come when the man called them. For he sent letters into all the king's provinces, into every province according to the writing thereof, and to every people after their language, that every man should bear rule in his own house, and that it should be published according to the language of every people. You hear that, guys? Okay. So the king Ahasuerus wrote that law that every man should be king in his own house. He's supposed to be the one to lay the rules. No woman is supposed to lay any rules, and the woman is supposed to submit to this man, to their man, any man. And this kind of attitude towards women, this kind of behavior was very pervasive in that society, and it still reigns in some society even until today. But over the years, we have seen where women have come forth, women have fought for equality, women have fought to be in the same spaces as men, women have fought to hold the same jobs, the jobs that they were denied for no other reason but because they are women. They have fought to become CEOs and statesmen, stateswomen, and presidents, and you name it. Women have fought to get out of the house, get out of being barefoot and pregnant, and have fought to be doing just like the men are doing. And believe me, I love the progress. I love the progress of women. But at the same time, in the same breath, I have some mixed feelings about where we have come and how our children have suffered. Many children have suffered today because of not having a mother around to constantly see about them. Laws have been existing for women to be able to go out to work, go outside the home, work. Laws have not been maintained for men to ensure that their household is cared for. And with that, men have impregnated us. They have gone on their way to mind their business, left women as single parents. I am yet to read anything in the Bible where there was any such thing as a single mother. Because if one man dies, remember back in, I think it was Exodus or Leviticus, somewhere around there, if your husband died, his brother was supposed to take care of you and the children, because the children had to have a father figure. And who was better to care for them than their uncle, who was very close to his brother? If there was not a brother, then somebody else, another male figure in the family, was obligated to care for the children and teach them manly ways. Now, in today's society, Men are not dead, literally dead. They're figuratively dead. They've walked away. They've left their children. There's no male figure to guide the children. Their mommy's alone. Mommy has to go to work, and the children are left alone by them to raise themselves and to be raised by the internet. And we have to that end, we have created a broken society, a society where our children are not being brought up by us. They're actually being brought up by themselves and by the internet. And the influences thereof have proven to be anything but desirable. And so, with that, I would say, those of you who are listening, take a good look at your contribution to the molding and the raising of your children. Because as much as we as women want to be in the workplaces and we want to be in corporate and all, as mothers, we still have a responsibility to our children. And lots of children are losing out because there's no mother there, there is no father there. And these children's lives have been upended because they have no guidance. And that's where we are going to be ending the reading for today, guys. When we come back tomorrow, we will continue with the book of Esther. Now, be prepared tomorrow morning for us to read a little bit longer, because then we will have more time. But that is where we are going to be ending the reading this morning. I want to say thanks to everybody who came into the reading, and those of you who will listen to the reading after it's over. I want to say thank you so much for coming in. And if you like the content on my channel, you are welcome to hit the subscribe button, and don't forget to hit the like button and share out the stream. Invite your friends and your friends' friends to come on over and listen to the reading of the Bible every morning. And that's going to be it from me for today, my friends. Until next time, this is Trev from Trevessence, where your journey matters. Now have yourselves a great day, everybody.